Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to discuss about Nikon's latest firmware update to the Nikon Z9 camera, going from firmware 5.0 to 5.1. Now that's not a major update, but there is significant signals that I want to discuss with all of you and what that means for us Nikon users out there. Let's talk about it. One of the updates to firmware 5.0 for the Nikon Z9 is your ability to change the color stripes of the zebra pattern. Now that's going to be very helpful because it's just honestly going to add more visibility to those stripes. Now these zebra stripes are really helpful when you're shooting in video because it lets you know, it's an indicator on whether your highlights are about to clip or have already clipped. Okay, so it's signaling that you should perhaps lower your exposure or in some way control the light within your frame. Being able to change a color means you can make sure that it's that much more present, easy to see, depending on the scene that you're shooting in. The next update is that you're able to change the size and the placement of the waveform or your histogram on your back screen, which I think is going to be very helpful. I have yet to have seen two camera operators, unless they're working on set, controlled by a DP or something like that, or managed by a DP, that they set up their cameras exactly the same as the other. So we like customization. When we have our cameras, we want absolute control of how we function the camera, as well as how the settings and parameters we want to see are displayed on our screen. So adding this capability is great. This isn't something new within the industry because other camera systems allow you to do that. So, but for Nikon to be bringing that in, that's great news. It only makes it that much more enjoyable and usable to use Nikon cameras for video production. Now this last update I think is the biggest, most important update of this firmware upgrade, and it has to do with your shutter mode. It's called shutter angle. They finally included shutter angle, and shutter angle is a fantastic feature when you're shooting video. Like myself, when I'm running around doing, let's say, event videography, I may do talking heads at 24 frames a second, but then I may shoot B-roll at 60 frames a second, allowing me to slow down that footage later on in post. If I have ever switched it from 24 to 60, that means I need to switch my shutter speed from 48 to 120 frames. So whenever I switch from 24 to 60 frames a second, that means I also need to change my shutter speed from 1/48th of a second to 120th of a second. So with shutter angle, I no longer need to worry about that. You just set it at 180 degrees, and that will be twice the reciprocal that you would get if you're shooting 24 frames a second and using that 1/48th of a second shutter speed. The camera will automatically set it for you. All you got to do is put it on shutter angle, 180 degrees, set it and forget it. I think that's a fantastic feature. It's finally here in Z9. I'm hoping shutter angle will show up in the Z8 and the Z6 Mark III. These cameras should have already had it, but you know what? Better late than never. I'm glad to see it. It's a welcome upgrade. So in conclusion, these weren't major updates. We got it. I see it. I know you see it as well, but they are nice welcomed upgrades. Okay, this is just letting us all know, obviously, of Nikon's tripling down commitment on bringing video-centric features to the Z line. I would love to see RED cameras have a Z mount so that I can actually take the Z lenses to the RED camera, but I really like this. Why? Because first of all, not everybody could afford a RED. I don't have a RED. I would like to get one day, but for those that don't, you have the Z8, you have the Z9, and you have the Z6 Mark III, which are excellent video cameras. So I hope they drip some of those features from the RED down into these Z cameras, and that are a little bit more financially obtainable for most of us. One thing I would like in the future is unlimited record time. I want to be able to press record and let it sit for 2 hours and not worry about it overheating. That That would be phenomenal. I wish we can get that. I'm sure Z6 Mark IV or the Z8 Mark II or something like that may have those, because I think that would be a phenomenal feature for long-paced interviews, conferences, and stuff like that. Either way, fantastic job. I like that they introduce this. Obviously, there's always more room for improvement for the autofocus, but they really stepped up their game the last couple of years with the autofocus, so I'm not complaining a whole lot. Hey, what do you think about this firmware upgrade? What do you think about version 5.1? Does it matter to you? Do you not care about video at all? Do you think they're wasting their time with video? Or do you really enjoy it? And what is it that you think you would like to see in an upgrade firmware later on down the line? Either way, let me know with your comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, to subscribe, and yes, hit the bell icon to get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting, stay creative.